Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning and undefeated WBA Bantamweight World Champion. It is, of course, Miss Nina Hughes. Nina, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks.
Hey, it's my pleasure to have you on once again, Nina. So we last spoke back in May of last year. At the time that we spoke, you were in camp for what we thought was going to be the Shannon Courtney fight. Obviously, the fight fell through. In stepped the undefeated Katie Healy, a big step up for Healy. She didn't really win a round, but she showed her toughness. She took her licks, as they say. Talk me through that fight there, Nina, being your most recent one.
It seems like it's a long time ago now. But yeah, obviously Kate Healy stepped in as a late replacement for Shannon Courtney. Yeah, very tall girl. We had to obviously quickly adjust our sparring partners for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, I was confident. I felt like I dominated the fight and won basically every round. So yeah, defended my belt.
Excellent, excellent. And am I right in saying that was a fight you walked out with your sons?
Yes, just my eldest son. My youngest is a bit shy.
Okay. Yeah, I was at the fight. I remember seeing your son walk to the ring with you. What is it like for your son or sons having a mum as a world champion boxer?
Well, he'd walked, like, obviously there are only small hall shows, but he'd walked my Commonwealth belt in, and he walked me in when I won my Commonwealth belt. So obviously, being boxing in London, he couldn't come to Dubai with me, but boxing in London, I asked him if he wanted to do it, and he jumped at the time. So I thought, it's a special memory. It's something that he'll always remember as well in the future, and it was nice to do it together and have him walk me out.
No, it's so cool, man, because like I say, being a young boy myself at one point in my life, not anymore, unfortunately, but being that young, I remember it was at school, it was my dad can beat up your dad, things like that, but it must be kind of strange. My mum could definitely beat up your mum. That must be quite funny.
I know, bless my youngest is like, can I do it next time now? I was like, it's in Australia. I don't think you're going to get the opportunity to do it. So.
Bless him. But yeah, let's discuss that fight there. Let's discuss it. You'll be boxing on May 12th in Perth, Australia, against former IBF Super Bantamweight World Champion Shanika Johnson. It's on that undercard of Lomachenko-Kambosos. Firstly, what a crazy event to be a part of. How excited are you just to be a part of the whole thing?
Yeah, I'm really excited now, especially now it's getting close. It's like finally sinking in deep in camp. I'm honoured to be boxing on such an amazing card. Being on a Lomachenko card, such a legend himself, and obviously in Australia as well, like getting the chance to travel, doing what I love. It's going to be a great experience, and I'm going to make sure I bring that belt back home.
And how did the opportunity come about, Nina? Because obviously there's only 3 fights announced so far on the actual card itself, but it's a really kind of, it's a good card, but it's a bit of a crazy card. Some mad names thrown together.
Well, it's just obviously since my last fight, I've been patiently waiting for fights that never happened. Shannon Courtney was offered a couple of fights, another 2 fight dates with me that she turned down. Matchroom only wanted the big fights against Shannon or Ebanie. Ebanie didn't want to know. Shannon kept turning them down, so I was kind of just left. And then, Louis Bella approached me with a great offer and a great deal and this fight. So, we accepted straight away.
And of course, what do we know about Shanika? Obviously, you both boxed on the same show last time out. Tell me what you know about the lady.
Not massively loads, but obviously watched her box Ellie Scottney and lose her world title. I think she's a good boxer. It's going to be a tough test. Probably my toughest test to date. But they're the big fights I want. It's a big fight on a big show, and I just can't wait.
Yeah, I think Shanika, very game fighter, very, very tough, got a lot of heart. She's had to battle through horrendous cuts in the past.
Yeah.
Obviously, the home advantage is in her favour. It's a fight I cannot wait for. Is there any concern, Nina, on your part about the judging, boxing away from home as the champion in your opponent's backyard, knowing that sometimes 2-minute rounds can be difficult to score at the best of times anyway?
Yeah, obviously there is a little concern. There always is with the judging, but that's taken out of my hands. I just believe in myself that I know if I box to the best of my ability, that I will get the win. And yeah, I just have to hope that the judges are fair.
And have you got a plan in place about when you're going to arrive there? Because obviously the time difference is pretty major. You're going to get there nice and early and acclimatise?
Yeah, we're 2 weeks before we're going.
Excellent. And yeah, obviously I have to bring up the recent social media exchanges. It was quite entertaining the other night, about 3 or 4 in the morning, reading the tweets between yourself and Ebanie Bridges. There seems to be a bit of needle there now. I don't think that was always there, Nina. Where did it come from?
Well, it was just before. I was just trying to get the fight. It was just a bit of banter online. I think she took it to heart. She always said that she was the queen of division and wanted to unify, but she didn't. The unification was there. The unification fight was there, but she never wanted to accept it. So that was that. But then, yeah, I mean, when she lost the world title, she didn't have anything I wanted anymore. So I never said a word. But she started piping up when I posted something about changing my manager. Then she was piping up telling Shanika that she needed to smash me up when I announced my fight. So obviously when she starts calling out Astrid wet, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? I had to say something.
Yeah, no, we'll touch on that in a sec. But yeah, you're right. Obviously Ebanie, hasn't boxed since losing her world title to Yoshida, who I still can't quite wrap my head around the fact that, she had 2 weeks notice for the fight. She was coming off a loss just 4 weeks prior, and she goes in there and completely dominated Bridges. Do you think that kind of told us what level Bridges was at, or do you think Bridges just had an off night?
I think a bit of both. I do think she's overrated. I think she probably did have an off night as well, but I think that shows her level as well.
And as you said as well, Ebanie has thrown down the gauntlet to fight an OnlyFans adult star, Astrid Wet, for those that don't know. For a former world champion, just one fight ago to do that, it is. I have to say it. I'd like to sit on the fence, but it is quite embarrassing from where I'm standing as well.
Yeah, it's just all about money. It gives boxing a bad name. I mean, she's slating me for having a job and earning my money, but I like to live a quiet life. I don't care about social media followers and everything else. And when I retire from boxing, I probably will go back to my normal job, which I'm quite happy with. I know my kids are proud, and that's the way I like. I've got how she wants to make money is up to her. I've got no disrespect for that. But to start slating me for me having a job and boxing and being a mum as well, yeah, I thought that was a bit harsh, but. It is what it is. All she cares about is money. The boxing side of it obviously doesn't mean anything to her. I mean, this is where boxing becomes dangerous. How can you put a former world champion that's still active? It's not like she's been retired 20 years. Still active against, I don't even know what you call Astrid, a misfit star.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. And, reading back on some of Ebanie's recent tweets as well, and I'm not taking anything out of context, she literally said it herself. She said she doesn't give a bleep about her resume. All that she's about is the Rolexes, the cars, the house collection, which was a bit crazy to admit. But yeah, she did also say in an exchange with you the other day that she's probably the whole exchange is probably going to result in her getting paid 10 grand overnight, which seemed a bit weird. Can't understand how that makes any sense.
She's a bit deluded, and she's boasting about having all this money, but like she has. I'm sure she has made loads of money from OnlyFans, but she hasn't made loads of money from boxing like she makes out to be. Like. If I had fought her, she wasn't the big money fight. I would have got paid what I was contracted for whoever I was contracted to fight. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have got any extra for fighting her, and she wouldn't have got extra fighting me. And she turned down the fight because she wanted ridiculous money, which she wasn't going to get. Yeah. And so it is all about money for her. Which if that's her, if that's what she wants, then that's what she wants. But don't go around saying that. She's the queen of the division and she's going to become unified and wants undisputed when she doesn't want that. She just wants easy fights just pathetic fights. I mean, fights like that are just dangerous, aren't they?
Yeah, no, 100%. And speaking of, paydays and purses, she did tweet saying that Eddie is offering insults as paydays to women. She has since deleted that tweet because I think it went a little bit more viral. Yeah, she's deleted that one now. I wanted to get your take on that as well, because someone responded, "Wow, you're biting the hand that fed you," and that was it. She went back and deleted the tweet.
Look, women don't get paid anywhere near as much as men, and I don't know what. I think she was expecting like deluded money. That's never going to happen. I don't really know what to say to that. It's one of them. It'd be nice if women get paid more, but we don't. So
no, that's fine.
Not a lot you can do there.
And without obviously overlooking Shanika Johnson in any way, of course we're not going to do that. But what other big fights out there kind of whet your appetite and are makeable, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, obviously, if I had a choice, I want Yoshida now because she's got the IBF belt. And then I want Dina I want to win that and then fight Dina for undisputed. That's my dream next fight. Obviously, I've got to get through my next one first. But that's the goal.
That'd be great.
I've always wanted to fight for unification and then undisputed.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not a crazy dream. I think it's within reach for sure. I was wondering if you were going to say if an Ellie Scottney fight at the weight above interested you or not at the moment. You just want to clear out your division first. Yeah,
I mean, I'm going for any big fight. If it's a big fight that's going to create a lot of attention, what people want, I want to be in them big fights that people will know. So, yeah, I'm more than happy to step up a weight, and I can even go down a weight. I can make the weight below as well. So, if the big fights are there, I'm happy to take them.
There we go. Said like a true fighter. Nina, just before we wrap things up, it's great to have you on once again, of course. If you want to close out this interview with any last words to the listeners, you can say whatever you like. The floor's yours.
Lovely. I just want to thank everyone for supporting me along my journey. Big thanks to my new manager, Leon from Tago. So it's a big thanks to all my sponsors that supported me along the way.
Well said. Listen, Nina, as always, the pleasure's mine. Thank you for your time. Best of luck down under on May 12th, and we'll speak sometime after for sure.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.